Okay, so this is part 2 of our tutorial, and as you can see, I've already got the first little one done down here. We're going to be filling up the whole sheet with our pretty little water gems over here. So there's multiple ways you can do this. You can do this with black and white pencils. I'm going to use brown and white because I wanted a softer look for this, not quite as stark as black would be. You could do it with your watercolors if you wanted to, and you can use pretty much any pencil to do this. I'm using, as usual, my polychromos. I have them in, let's see, burnt umber, walnut brown, and white. And I do, of course, have my trusty Gelly Roll pen. If you're doing it all in watercolor, you could definitely use a little bit of gouache, if you have white gouache for your white highlight. But of course, you could also let it dry by itself and then use a gel pen on top if you wanted to. And then I have a little blender, Tortillion. It's a paper stump basically that I'm going to be using for shading and dipping it into my odorless mineral spirits. So let's get started. These are super easy to do. As you can see, or maybe you can see, I already have some of the circles sketched out. Super easy. I just used stuff that was like, there's a cap that I used to like trace around for a circle. If you have a compass, use a compass. I used some tape things. I think one of them was the bottom of a shot glass. I really don't remember yesterday. So that's where we start. I'm going to use the burnt umber. And these are super easy and really, honestly, pretty quick to do. Move you a little bit backwards. And we're just going to go around the circle. Keeping a, because of the tooth of the paper, you want a really sharp tip so you get a really nice clean line as you're going around your circle that you drew in pencil, hopefully. I mean, to be honest, it could be pen. It doesn't really matter. And then we're just going to put the shadow on the top. So we're just going to do some very, very light shading up here. We're only going to bring it down about maybe a fourth of the way. Maybe a little more. But we won't bring it down too far. We'll bring it down and we'll kind of taper it out to about halfway, I guess. I just do real light shading. The tooth of the paper, because it's watercolor paper, is you can really see how grainy it is, which is fine because it'll blend just wonderfully. And then, of course, we pick out our light source, and then opposite our light source, we're going to go under it and give it a little bit of shadow. So we're going to go, so this shadow is inside the gem, this shadow is outside the gem. So we're going to just come down here, and we're going to go all the way under it, and then we're going to leave a spot right in the middle. I'm going to go a little bit out on this side, a little bit out on this side. Okay, just like that. Some down here. Just like that. Super, super easy. See that? Easy peasy. Okay, now comes a little bit of magic. Again, odorless mineral spirits. You guys know how much I love this. Put my little blending stump in there. And then we're just going to smudge this all out so that it blends out really softly. And you can hear my paper stump scrubbing on that. Super fun noise there, but it works. And then go down here. I want to soften out the edge right there. Some of the shadow around it. Just like that. Super easy, right? Right. Okay. I'm going to grab my white. And of course, this is not like a super bright white. It's not very opaque. If you're using Prismacolors, your white is going to be more opaque than mine, which is completely fine. And we're going to go along the edge down here. Kind of come up a little bit. We're just getting kind of a glow going. It's up to you. If you want to blend that out, if you don't, it's up to you. For me, I don't really see a point in blending this because I'm covering it pretty well. And then we're going to go down here. Put some down here. Like I said, mine is not very opaque, which is kind of what I like about it. And then right directly across from that is up here is where the highlight's going to be. You can mark it if you want. You're going to see it a little bit, but not a lot. Okay? You can go back if you want and blend these two together right at the sides. Just like that. And then I'm going to say, you know what? I really want that nice, creamy shadow at the top where it's nice and dark. I'm going to take my walnut brown. I'm going to go just at the top. Around it a little bit. I just want this shadow up here to be really pronounced. Just like that. Take my blender. Make sure it's nice and smooth. I have not re-dipped it. Like, it only takes a little bit and I can use it for quite a while. Alright, and that's it. We're just taking our gel pen. Make sure it's working real nicely. And then I put a little spot of white here. On the other one, I put a little line over here and a little dot over here. So I want mine to be kind of consistent, so I'm going to do that on this one too. We're going to put a little bit down here. And I don't want it to be like super, super white, so I'm going to like touch it. Kind of blend it out with my finger and do it again if I blended it out too much. And then right along the base on the inside of the gem, we're just going to do a white line. As it gives it kind of a little bit of a wet look. And that is it. That is all it takes. And you have, check that out. Let me see if I can move this so you can see. Another little water gem. That is all it takes, and we're going to fill up this entire piece with them. I'm really excited. I did some, I don't know if you can see it, like I said, a bigger circle up here, and then like that's kind of a medium-sized one. That's another medium-sized one. Maybe put some little tiny ones around. But yeah, gonna fill up the entire piece. I'm really looking forward to it. Just gonna put my headphones on, do some music, and there you guys have it. By the way, this cut off yesterday before I was able to completely finish out and show you all of the leaves that I did. I added, I think, 3 more leaves, and then I went ahead and just watercolored into all the white parts because I didn't want any of them to be stark white, so I just kind of did a wash over them of any of the remaining water, basically. It's just kind of, this isn't white, it gives it like a little bit of a rustic feel, almost like, you know, if you put really watered down coffee on your paper or something. So I just did that because I didn't want any of the rest of it to be stark white, and that was it. So now we have the second part, which is water bubbles. Super easy to do, and I cannot wait to see what you guys do with this. It's gonna be awesome. Again, I didn't put my name or anything else on those templates. Use the leaf templates. So use them for anything and everything that you want to, and have fun with it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.